Hi, this is Alex at Musician Core. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things you need to know as a beginning guitarist, that is, tuning the guitar. Tuning the guitar is going to require three things: a guitar, a tuner, and your ears. To start, go ahead and grab your tuner. If you don't have a tuner, you can download one from any application store, whether you're on Android or Apple or any other device that might have a microphone on it. I'm using a clip-on variety for my tuner. Yours might look a little different than this, but they generally operate in the same way. You also might have a tuner that you need to plug into your guitar in order for it to detect the pitch. If so, go ahead and plug into your guitar and plug into the tuner. When you clip these on, you want to clip them onto the headstock of the guitar. That is this part of the guitar that holds the tuning pegs and where the strings sit. Anywhere will do, just where you can get good contact with the clip onto the headstock. And then go ahead and rotate so the screen is facing you. Go ahead and power on your tuner. One thing you need to know that is crucial before we start tuning are the names of the strings. So maybe jot this down if you don't know this already. The string closest to you right here is our low E string, or the 6th string. Next, we have our A string, then our D string, G, and then B, and then E. Now that we know that, we can go ahead and begin the process of tuning. We're going to go ahead and start with our low E string. We're going to pluck it and see what the tuner is telling us the pitch is. If it's not an E, then we have to figure out which direction we need to go in order to tune it to an E. So let's find out. I purposefully detuned my guitar for this exercise. Right now, my tuner is saying that this note is a D. A D is lower than an E, so we need to tighten the string or bring the pitch up. In order to do that, on my guitar, I have to turn it counterclockwise. If your guitar is strung correctly, you should have to do the same. Turning counterclockwise, now it's showing it's a D sharp, so going in the right direction. Sharp is high, flat is low, and so now we're at an E. However, even though it's reading an E, the little dial is on the left side. We want it to be right in the middle, right at 12 o'clock. Getting closer. Just a little bit more, and there we go. Let's go on to the next string, which is our A string. Here's a case where the pitch is too high. We need to bring the pitch down, so we need to go clockwise now. Use your ear. Notice how that's becoming lower, right? As opposed to higher. Yeah. So now we're just to a regular A. And again, we want that dial to be right in the middle. There we go. Pretty close. If it's hovering around, that's fine. It doesn't have to sit there exactly. Let's go on to the D string now. So that's a C sharp. So the note is a C, and it's a high C, but that's still lower than a D. So we need to tune it up or turn it counterclockwise. There we go. Maybe go ahead and stop for a second and play along with me and see if our strings match. Let's go on to the G string now. On some guitars, the G string tuning peg might be on the other side of the headstock. If so, go ahead and take a second and pluck the string and see which way you have to turn to make the pitch go higher or lower. It's going to feel different because it's on the other side of the guitar, even though you might be turning the tuning peg the same way. Yeah, wow, that's very high. That's a G sharp, so it's too high. We need to bring it down. So I'm going to turn my tuning peg counterclockwise. And then something that happens a lot with some of my very beginner students is that we'll be tuning, everything will be going along fine, and then we'll be starting to tune one string, and they'll be turning the tuning knob, and nothing will happen. And then I'll ask them, are you plucking the right string? And are you using the right tuning peg for the right string? So if that's happening to you, maybe double check and make sure that the string you're plucking is lining up with the tuning peg that you're using. There we go. Our G is pretty much in tune now. Let's go to the B string. That's pretty high, so I'm going to tune that down. Same thing, your guitar might be higher or lower. than how I'm tuning my guitar right now. Again, I purposely went through and just jacked all the tuning knobs up. So even though I might be tuning down, you might need to tune up depending on your situation. Let's go to the high E now. Yeah, it's showing it's an F, so that's too high. We need to bring it down to an E. There we go. I like to do it once around after I tune all 6 of my strings, just because things may shift as you tune the other strings. So back to our low E. It's pretty close. A. A little bit low. Or D. Or G. A little bit low. Or B. Now our high E. There we go. If you follow that procedure, your guitar should be in tune and you should be ready to rock and roll in no time. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully now your guitar should be in tune and you should be ready to begin your journey on learning the guitar, or continuing your journey on learning the guitar. Thank you.